They're 2, they're 4, they're 6, they're 8, shunting trucks and hauling freight. Yellow and green, red, orange and blue, they're the really useful crew, all with different roles to play, round Knapford Sheds or far away, down the hills and round the bends, Arthur and his friends. Arthur and Billy. Arthur had been working on his branch line for many years. Working on his line allowed him to work with many other engines, including his brother Barry. He was sure that no matter where he ended up going, the journey would be more than worth it. Though sometimes the jobs were hard, he always found a way, even if he needed to ask for help. Every evening, he would pull his train from the fishing village to Knapford Harbor, where the fish would be put onto Henry's train, the Flying Kipper. Henry was very happy to see Arthur, as he made a nice change instead of Thomas. But one day, there was a storm out at sea, and one of the fishing boats was very late. By the time it arrived, Arthur was very late himself. He hurried to the harbor and tried to make up for lost time, but he got there 5 minutes before Henry's departure. It didn't help that Henry was also in a very bad mood.
You're late!
Sorry.
He was very tired after rushing about. He decided not to argue with Henry and he puffed off to the sheds. He normally stayed at his little shed on his branch line, but today he went to Knapford Sheds. Murdoch, Jinty, Rosie, and Billy were there, ready to doze off.
Hello, Arthur. Haven't seen you in ages.
Oh, we must have seen in passing. Hello, Murdoch, Rosie, and... Sorry, I don't know who you are.
Name's Billy. Billy was a stubborn engine with 2 front teeth sticking out of his mouth. No one knew how this had happened, but chose not to question it.
I was late delivering the fish vans to Henry. That's why I'll be sleeping here tonight.
Look, there's always a free spot here.
You deliver fish vans? I wouldn't want to be stuck on such a menial job. Arthur's face went as red as his paintwork. You don't have to be rude. I thought you overcame that. Well, I thought fish trains were the lowest of the low out of any job out there. You should know.
At least I'm not stuck hunting all day, every day.
That shut Billy up, and the engines went to sleep without another word. The following morning, Arthur went back to his branch line. This meant Billy lost his chance to pay him out. So that day, while shunting in the yard, a workman came up to him and asked if he could take some trucks up to the fishing village. Normally, Billy would have said no and tried to get out of it somehow, but he decided to go anyway because he knew that's where Arthur was and he would have the chance to pay him out. The trucks were irritated because they had not felt water for ages. Summer that year was very hot and they longed for it to rain. Billy soon arrived at the fishing village where Arthur was shunting. He didn't notice Billy because he was too busy. Billy noticed the truck's irritants and hatched a plan. Hey, you silly trucks, I think you'll be carrying steel later today, freshly molded from lava too. The trucks were confused and worried.
Steel? From where?
There's a ship coming in and they need to load the steel onto you. But would you rather go for a dip in the sea? It would cool you off. The trucks were delighted at the thought. Just then, a workman asked Arthur to move the trucks onto the pier. It had been renovated to accommodate trucks and be used as an extra siding, but the buffers had not been replaced as they simply didn't have enough time to do it, so they simply forgot about it. Arthur pushed Billy's trucks onto the pier.
You alright, Billy? Out of your natural habitat?
The trucks saw the water beyond the pier and Arthur behind them. They also wanted to cause mischief and surged forward.
On!
Arthur slammed on his brakes when he heard, but the rails were slippery from the high tide, and by then it was too late. The first truck smashed into the buffers and careened off the end of the pier and into the bay. One by one, the rest of the trucks followed. Arthur tried to stop, but he was still coupled on.
Help!
The last truck fell into the water and Arthur stopped, but his driving wheels hung dangerously over the edge. Initially, Billy wanted to scare Arthur, but now realized he had gone too far. He raced forward and told Arthur's crew to couple him up. Quickly! The driver used a shunter's pole they had and did so. Slowly but surely, Billy tugged Arthur off the edge and off the pier. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief to see that no one, except the trucks, were hurt. I'm sorry, Arthur. It was all my fault. I told the trucks to take a dip in the sea. I wanted to scare you.
Yes, it was also my fault for continuing the fight. But you gave me a jolly stare there. A dip in the sea, eh? Personally, I wouldn't have minded joining them myself.
The weather is hot, isn't it? Lucky there's water in our tanks to keep us cool.
But for the first time in a long time, the trucks are happy again.
Arthur, I'll make it up to you. I don't mind helping you here today. Arthur beamed, and for the rest of the day, the two worked happily together. They both became firm friends. And at the end of the day, Billy had to go back to the sheds, but Arthur asked him to accompany him with his fish delivery to Henry. Billy didn't refuse, and off they went. They arrived a little late though, and Henry was in a bad mood again.
Late again? I've had it up to here with your tardiness, Arthur, as if my day couldn't get any worse.
Arthur smiled weakly.
Henry, my dear Rondon, you haven't been nearly flung off the edge of a pier, have you? Maybe you can try the trucks yourself.
And with that, Billy and Arthur puffed away, leaving Henry at a loss for words.
Boop, boop.